Alright, so DXY is sitting at a very key area which will determine how gold and Euro USD and every other pair is going to move for today. So let's begin. Now, as you can clearly see, that we're bullish as of last week. Okay, we're bullish, and I expect more upside. What are we going to be drawing to? Okay, we're going to be drawing to liquidity, basically this high here, buy side liquidity. Okay, we're going to be drawing that to that pool of buy side liquidity, and obviously we have this fair value gap above here. All right, we have this swing high above here on the weekly time frame. So basically that's what we're drawing to. But most importantly, what are things you need to watch out for? All right, things you need to watch out for are, number one, this rejection block right there. Okay, you can draw similar thing on your own chart, and if we get past that rejection block, I would like to also see us get past the 50%, 25%, and the 50% of this week gap. Okay, I'll explain what that means now. So if you use your fib tool, okay, and you get the quarter levels of that week, all right, I would like to see us get past the 25% and the 50% level of that week. Okay, if not, price can still turn heavy within the week. But like I said, we're at a very key point. All right, we could either go bullish or we could go bearish. Okay, but I'm more in support of bullishness, because if you see, for the past weeks we've been going bullish, 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 bullish. You understand? And we had a very strong bullish candle as of last week. So basically we can aim for bullishness next week, but keeping in mind these levels that I have presented to you. Okay, so now let's move to the hourly time frame. I would like to show you what happened last week. Okay, the main decision point would be the main decision point for me would be after Sunday. Okay, after Sunday, then we can have a very, very clear view on what the market really wants to do. Okay, and if Monday is going to range as well, consolidate, I will drop an update and let you know as well. So you can see how we move strong bullish move. Okay, very, very strong bullish move. Let me mark out some things. Okay, so basically we moved from this other block, we had this expansion, we moved from this other block here. Okay, and we didn't even come back to that other block again. All right, we had other moves from fair value gap here. Okay, but basically I want to see how we respond at this rejection block we closed at for the week. All right, so let's see what happens. Do we consolidate here and begin to push down, or do we break above and continue to move higher? All right, so that's what I anticipate. Now let's move to the big boy, gold. I should have gold somewhere down there. I have quite a number of pairs that I'm looking at here. So first of all, let me delete everything from my charts. Okay, there's nothing on my chart. Let's just go straight to the weekly time frame for your viewing pleasure. All right, we had a strong bearish week last week. Okay, now I'm anticipating more bearishness. Okay, I'm anticipating more bearishness, but what we'll be aiming for, we'll be aiming for this pool of sell side liquidity. Okay, I think did I say it right for DXY? up there, buy side liquidity, this is sell side liquidity. Okay, so sell side liquidity is what we'll be aiming for. Okay, and any fair value gap, we have this pool of liquidity here as well. We have this fair value gap here, but what are the important levels that we should watch out for as price is selling, that can actually change our bias or change our expectation on price for the week? Okay, you can clearly see we've not gone past, we've gone past the 25%. Or let me redraw this, sorry. We've gone past the 25% level there, but we've not gone past the 50% level. So if we're going to continue bearish, I would like to see us sell beyond the 50% level and not use it as an area of support. Okay, I'd like to see us just keep selling and till we get down here. Okay, that's what I would love to see, but time will tell. Time will tell. Let's see what we had for the week prior. This week that just closed, this week was actually beautiful on gold, because the opportunities on gold, it's not like every other week, you know. Gold is an event driven market, and it doesn't always have very fast moves, you understand, but when it does, it has very good moves. Okay, so as you can see, beautiful, we traded into this other block, and that could have been your trade. All right, just the other block trade there, that could have been your trade. You take that and hold all the way to the close, beautiful like that, you know. And there were many other entries, but that's that, drawing out the other block. Okay, so and by the way, the other block is this green candles here. Okay, that's the bearish order block, and you can see price traded into it and sold off heavily. Okay, if we go back to the weekly time frame, like I said, I'm anticipating more bearishness, but it depends on how we act around this level. Okay, the 50% of that week gap, do we go beyond it? Do we respect it? Okay, that is what time would show us within the week. Okay, now let's have a look at EURUSD and GBPUSD. Okay, so we'll start with GBPUSD. So what do I anticipate on GBPUSD? Or let's, before we even get to GBPUSD, let's have a look at a pair, because I always ensure I do intermarket analysis. Okay, intermarket analysis for the pairs I trade, because I mostly trade EURUSD and GBPUSD. So if I'm looking at EURUSD and GBPUSD, I obviously have to look at EURGBP. Okay, so let's have a look at EURGBP. We had strong bearish week. Okay, so I'm anticipating more bearishness. All right, more bearishness this week. Okay, and what am I anticipating that we aim for? A pool of sell side liquidity. All right, right here. If you got it before me, you guessed right. So the pool of sell side liquidity, and we have more liquidity here. This relative equal lows here. Okay, we have more liquidity down here. All right, so basically that's we're aiming for more bearishness. Is there any area to pay attention to take note of that might be very significant for price? Well, we have this rejection block here. Okay, that rejection block, okay, is significant. So if price reacts from that level there, all right, I'll be anticipating that that can either change bias, or if we break below it and just keep going, beautiful, we'll keep moving from there. So let's see what happened last week on the hourly time frame. You can see we just tanked, which is lovely, good stuff. just tanked and we kept on moving. We didn't stop, just kept on moving. Yeah, so we just tanked, kept on moving, kept on selling. Okay, so I'm anticipating more of that heaviness this week. Okay, so now we've looked at that. So if I'm anticipating bearishness here and bullishness on DXY, that therefore means I'm anticipating heaviness on EURUSD. So EURUSD will be a pair that I'm going to be watching keenly for next week. Okay, and I also keep my eye on GBPUSD because things can shift. All right, things can shift within 5 days of the market movement. Things can shift, and I'll have to adjust my view just in case. Okay, so let's go to EURUSD first, since that is an important pair for the week, basically. So we were bearish last week. I'm anticipating that we continue bearishness this week. We have this relative equal lows, this relative equal candles here as well. So that is relative equal lows. But I'll put a line on this pool of sell-side liquidity here. We've not gotten past that. Now, what is of importance here? First of all, I would say this rejection block here. Okay, that's still important. All right, and more important than the rejection block is, let me show you. So more important than the rejection block is the weak gaps. So don't mind I drew it wrong. This is meant to be 25%, then 50%. All right. So how price treats the, let me just redraw it because, you know, just to ensure it's done right. Just to ensure it's done right. So how price treats the 25% level and the 50% level. Okay. So if price breaks below and continues going, gives no sign that we're going to be turning or retracing, okay, into previous week's range, then it will be a good sign to continue bearishness. But other than that, okay, I am following the analysis I've already gotten off of DXY and EURGBP. For me to change my analysis right now on EURUSD, I am going to have something shift in DXY or EURGBP. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now let's go to GBPUSD. Bearish previous week, so I'm anticipating that we're going to be bearish this week. Okay, and we're going to be aiming for liquidity. Now this is something to take note of, right? What you should take note of is this: if EURUSD is the pair to trade next week, meaning that EURGBP goes bearish, DXY goes bullish according to plan, everything goes according to plan. It therefore means that this pair, GBPUSD, is going to be a consolidation. It's going to be held rather in a tight consolidation, or it would move bearish as well, okay, but not be as strong as EURUSD, or it will just buy. You understand? So one of those things will happen. All right. So basically, I'm anticipating more bearishness, but depending on what happens within the week, this might be a pair that will be held for a consolidation. But more information comes, more clarity. But what will be the significant levels to watch out for? Here we have this rejection block. Okay. Yeah, that rejection block. Nothing else really. Yeah, we have the rejection block. We have weak gaps. I don't think I really need to draw it out. So you can grade this into quarters, and then, you know, 25% and 50%, very, very important. You monitor those areas. So yeah, that's that. Now is there any other thing I need to look at? Okay, no, I don't think so. Maybe we might just look at BTC/USD shortly, just as a bonus. I know a lot of people trade BTC/USD, so let's just look at it as a bonus. And before we continue this video, I have links in the description. I have a Telegram link. I have a Telegram channel where I post free trades. Okay, I have a broker. If you're looking for a regulated broker, okay, you're looking for a good broker that you can use to trade the markets, I have a link in the description below. If you're also looking for a prop firm that you can trust, all right, you're looking for a prop firm that you can trust, that pays and is not going to delay your payments and is not going to, it's trustworthy basically. Okay, you can check my link in the description and you get one there. All right, so let's continue. Basically, we had bearish BTC USD. Okay, bearish BTC USD last week. Now I'm anticipating more bearishness. As you can see, we didn't have a very sharp bearish move. All right, we didn't have a very strong bearish move below this relative equal lows. So I'm anticipating that we're going to have a more or a stronger bearish move below this relative equal lows. We're going to go bearish. Okay, that's what I'm anticipating. Either that, or where we are currently at this pool of sell side liquidity, price can retrace from there or reverse. All right, so I'll just be monitoring to see what happens. Okay, I'll be monitoring to see what happens. We are also at this volume imbalance right here. Okay, so I'll just wait to see, because last week was very heavy on Bitcoin, very heavy. So wait and see what happens. Okay, it's either we use this pool of liquidity as a support level, or we just keep breaking down. So one of the two will happen, but I am more on the side of for bearishness, because you can see we've been heavy on this market for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. All right, so that is the trading analysis video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, okay, and turn on your post notifications, because I'm going to be dropping more videos like this on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and more educational content for beginners, and to help you understand how you can trade the market without blindsiding yourself. You know, you can have a clean chart like mine so that you're not confused or feeling analysis paralysis. Okay, so if you are looking forward to that, just like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and if you want to support the channel, use the links in the description below. Thank you.